What's up, guys? Taylor with Big Red Lawns. It is 4th of July. We have been out here most of the day here. Got some mowing footage coming up for you guys. I just want to take a minute here, just talk to you about marketing. I got a free second here while I try to cool down. It's freaking warm today. Red, white, and blue arm sleeves on. Trying to keep cool, keep the sun off me so I don't burn to a crisp here. But I just want to talk about marketing, especially if you're new to the business. It's kind of, you go online, you go on YouTube, and you find all your favorite YouTubers, and they're all talking about postcards and this and that and the other thing, and those are all great, but how about let's talk about something that doesn't get really talked about a whole lot, is someone who's not looking to go full-time right off and just wants it as a side hustle. This year, I personally started my business really early this year. I started in like end of March, early April. I was already trying to get my name out there, talking to people, walk around doing bids and stuff. And I had no money coming in mowing wise, or really anything for the business, because I didn't plow last year. I do plan on doing it this year, but that's a whole nother story. I really want to let you guys know like how I got the clients I have. I have 10 customers, or 10 properties that I take care of, is a better way to put that. One of them is a 2.5 acre condo association. I have like, I think it's only 2 or 3 that are actual residential properties. The rest are all rental properties. So I guess you could call them commercial. I also have like an O'Reilly's that I mow for, the one local one here in town. But marketing doesn't need to be as hard as some people make it seem. Easiest thing I could tell you is when it comes down to marketing, I have zero marketing, I guess, knowledge before this year. I was just kind of going with it, doing what I could, trying to figure it out as I go. So for anyone who's in that situation and doesn't want to put a whole lot of money into making flyers and stuff like that, I mean, people talk about putting out flyers and it's, you know, drop 400 flyers and they may get 15 calls out of it. So that's a lot of money to throw out there if you're not really sure how you're gonna gain back that money. Okay, so the first thing I did is, I know a business card sells everything. Okay, my full-time job now, we have business cards. My customers remember me through my business card. I give it to them, it's got my name. They may not remember me, walking down the street, but when they look at that card, they know, hey, I got an issue with my car, because I work at a car dealership. I need to call this guy and let him know so he can help me out. So what I did is I went to Vistaprint, or go to any place that'll make cards for you, and I had like 500 of them made. I keep them in my truck at all times. They stay in this like little, I don't even know what it's made of. I think it's aluminum, but that way they stay nice and crisp, so I can give them out at any point in time and not have to worry about them looking, all folded up like I just pulled them out of my wallet, because that's not professional. The only thing I really spent money on this year was going to Vistaprint. I think I spent $50 for about 500 of them or something like that, and that's, I think, on the high side. I also bought some car magnets, so when I showed up at people's houses, they knew who I was. I wasn't just some creep pulling into their driveway. Marketing wise, I mean, it's real simple. A car magnet, if you're just getting started in the business and you don't want your business name on your car all the time, especially when you go to your 9 to 5 Monday through Friday thing, car magnets, clean it up, slap them on there, take them off as soon as you're done the job or whatever. I personally am not going to letter my truck. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got the trailer on here because obviously we're out working today. That will be lettered at some point in the next month or so. Stay tuned for that. But having no experience in the field to say, hey, I used to work for this guy, come see me. I haven't worked for a landscaper in, shoot, 5-6 years. It was just something I wanted to do to get out there as a side hustle, and I remembered how much I really enjoy mowing grass. So all I did was I showed up, for all these bids. I gave a firm handshake, looked the customer square in the eye, and I said, hey, I'm Taylor with Big Red Lawns. I didn't have uniforms when I first started. I showed up in just, a clean pair of jeans or khakis, for when you're quoting some bids and stuff like that, especially the higher stuff, like when I went to O'Reilly's or to the condo association that I mow for. I wore that and a polo shirt. It didn't have my name on it, didn't have my brand on it. He didn't know me from Adam. But if you shake that hand and you look them square in the eye, you've got them hooked. Okay. Again, the cards, they're great. When I'd go talk to people, you know, my local fire department, talk to the guys, hey, yeah, I'm trying to get a business started, I'd hand a couple cards out. You know what? He may not use them, he may throw them away, or he may hand them to his neighbor. You know, if he hands them to his neighbor, and then his neighbor knows someone who needs it too, you know, your name will get out there. So like I said, I have 10 this year. It's during COVID-19, it's 2020. You know, no one knows what's regular or normal anymore. We're all still trying to figure it out. So don't get discouraged if you're not signing people right away. The biggest thing I can tell you is, just push it. Do what you can do. Don't think you have to go buy all those flyers. I know there is a theory behind the flyers. Me personally, I'm not 100% sold on those, because the first thing that happens when I get a flyer in the mail, I throw it right in the trash. So, you know, just do what you can. Business cards is almost an absolute must. Someone needs to know how to get in touch with you. Don't write your, you know, my name and number on a little, you know, scrap piece of paper you just pulled out of your truck or your car or whatever you're using at the time, because they're just going to throw that away. That's not professional. Dirt cheap. Buy some business cards, even if it's only like, you can only afford like 50 of them. 50 is better than 0. The next thing is we now, when I first started mowing, me and the guys that were working for me, none of us had uniforms. None of us looked the same. We were just the guys that were there to spread mulch, right? So once I had some income coming in, I then got uniforms. We all have these t-shirts, Big Red Lawns. On the back, it's got our phone number as well. I don't have the hat on now. I got my Cujo hat on. Shout out to those guys. They're freaking awesome. But, you know, it's something that says who you are. We even got some sweatshirts made for me and my wife. So it's not, you know, I didn't get it for employees because I didn't have any at the time. But yeah, you don't need to go big and all out first thing. I mean, maybe you do if you're gonna try to go full-time. My push for next year is to try to push more and more so I can gain more customers. And I think with lettering this just before fall cleanups is gonna really, really help me get there. And I will invest in some more advertising. So I mean, right now I've got a friend of mine helping me build a website. It's about halfway, like I said, it's July 4th, so we're, you know, getting through the season here, and I'm just starting my website, and that's going to take some take some time to gain ground. But one thing I can say is everyone's got one of these, right? Everyone's got a smartphone. You know, got your podcast going. Shout out to Brian Fullerton for his Unfiltered podcast that I'm actually listening to today while I'm running in between jobs. Take your smartphone out, take some pictures of that grass you just mowed, even if it, you know, is your first one and you've never cut a grass before. All of my first mows this year went on to my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and they're just strictly for my landscape business. That's the best thing I can tell you. It's free, you know. Yes, you can pay extra money for you know, Facebook advertising and stuff like that, and that puts your name out there, and it's one of those, you know, people keep scrolling, oh, that doesn't interest them, they keep going. Okay, so maybe that's not the way to go either. I haven't spent any money on it, so I don't know if that helps or doesn't. But I know that my Facebook page for the company and my Instagram page, it's all linked together. I shared pictures across both. I get monthly updates on my Facebook page saying how many people have looked at it, how many people are engaged in the content I'm putting out there, and which is really helpful. It helps you figure out, you know, people like to see this, not that, or, you know, vice versa. So put out what you do along social media. That is the easiest and cheapest way you can do it to start. Like I said, if you're not looking to start full-time right off, perfect way to do it. This is not a plug for Instagram or anything like that. This is just me trying to help you guys get to where you want to be. It's worked for me, and I'll give you guys an update next year to let you know what's going on with advertising and stuff like that, because I've got some plans behind the scenes to get some other things out there. Like I said, next month or so I'm getting a trailer detailed, and then it's going down to my local shop to get lettered up so I can hopefully have this huge 16-foot rolling billboard running down the street. But if you can't afford that, that's okay. Like I said, easiest, cheapest way to start, business cards. Talk to people, even if it has nothing to do with it. You talk to your friends. Yeah, I'm trying to start a landscaping business, because they hear that, they'll call you. I have a couple people that I mow for and I've done mulch jobs for that I know personally that knew I was trying to get into the business. Just word of mouth, cards, try to get a uniform once you start getting on some jobs, so that way if you don't have the money to letter up your trailer, you've got your t-shirt on, it's got the name on it, they know who you are and why you're there. You're not just, Chuck with a truck from down the road mowing grass. I hope this content helpful to you guys. Like I said, I will give you updates as I go. But I want to finish it up here. I got some mowing footage from a little bit earlier today that I'm going to throw on here for you. So enjoy that. And as always, guys, keep hustling, try to make some money. And if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and I'll keep putting content out for you guys. Let me know what you want to see. I'll see you later.